One Piece Bounty Rush was developed by Bandai Namco in 2017. Based on the popular anime One Piece, the 4v4 game was first shown in an issue of Shonen Jump. Shortly after that, a teaser website was published. The initial announcement brought some interest and curiosity, but fans would need to wait a few weeks to learn more. The official Twitter account opened on December 12th, followed by the website on December 13th, which included a trailer. This trailer showcased a revolutionary new style of 4v4 real-time, fully controllable gameplay, and displayed the existence of classes, a feature that would be important on release and in the future. Just 4 days later, an open beta was released. The beta included a tutorial level where you would take on Alvida as the boss. Here players would get to experience the first versions of a PvE boss. Participants were also able to test the PvP mode for the first time. The beta closed on the 22nd. And once again, a move that will become all too familiar, the community would have to wait a few weeks for the next update. 5 weeks after the beta closed, the pre-registration opened. This allowed players to sign up early to increase rewards. At the same time, the official Facebook page was created, giving players a place to discuss the game. Bandai set the initial participant goal to 300,000, with the reward being a free 4-star Shanks. On February 9th, the 100,000 participants milestone was completed, and just 4 days later, the total passed 200,000. 2 days later, the 300,000 participant milestone was hit. The game was quickly gaining popularity, so Bandai released 2 new milestones of 400,000 and 500,000. Having hit the milestone, Bandai released the first character teaser. Something players are very familiar with now. Teasers showcase the character and their skills being used before release. One final reward was added of 100 gems for 1 million pre-registration participants. A few more trailers were shown with one final important one. In an interview, the Bounty Rush developers revealed that they planned on releasing 70+ characters, as shown here. Remember these characters as they will appear later. On March 29th, the official game was released for both global and Japan. The initial launch of Bounty Rush had a few key features. Battle, where you could compete in a 4v4 versus real players. Quests, where you complete solo stages. Crew, where you can upgrade your characters. Galley, where you create dishes for in-game stat bonuses. And Shop, where you can scout for characters. The shop featured an area to scout and one to spend cola, a currency acquired after summoning already maxed characters. The first ever banner featured East Blue characters, with the most notable being Luffy, Mihawk, and Arlong. The summoning animation was very unique, showcasing different colored ships to indicate rarity, but received mixed feedback from players. Day 1, Mihawk and Luffy were recommended for rerolling. Later on, Arlong would see increased use due to his wide swings. The Galley added a very unique feature to the game. By allowing players to craft and upgrade dishes, the player was in control of what stats they wished to focus on. Upgrading these dishes was time-gated and had an option to buy more upgrade slots for gems. This is a very common monetization method in mobile games, and was one of the fairer types. While interesting, this feature would not appear again in the 2019 release. Upgrading your crew allowed you to have additional stats and benefits in the solo mode, but played no part in the PvP side. Within the first day, some players were able to max their characters by grinding the solo stages. Each class of unit had different stats that allowed for more specialization in the game. Quests were stages consisting of multiple weaker enemies that you would fight and clear in waves similar to Pirate Warrior styles of gameplay, and then stages would have a boss level. The boss would be a bit more challenging and provide higher chances to get high-level ingredients. The first wave of story missions were completable in under an hour. Luffy was the best character for grinding solo because his normals would move him forward, allowing some stages to be done without looking. Bounty Rush PvP consisted of the familiar 4v4 real-time gameplay. Character levels would not apply in PvP. Instead, you had to attack barrels that would give you stats. Enemy players and allies could drop in and out of the game during the 5-minute duration. There were mobs, mini-bosses, and bosses you could fight to gain more coins. The goal of the game was to deposit more coins than your opponents by the end of the time. Characters would respawn upon death, and at this time characters only had one active skill. Each class had a unique action it could take. These systems combined made the PvP side of the game free to play friendly. Overall, the game saw a very negative reaction upon release due to the limited content, bad graphics, poor controls, and high amounts of lag. Here are a few opinions from the time.
But still, nonetheless, it's a fun game. It has a lot of potential. I don't think it was ready to come out yet, unfortunately.
This game feels really clunky. It feels very rushed. It's kind of becoming Bandai's MO lately, bringing these games out a little too early and then just kind of fixing them over time.
After less than 2 weeks, a maintenance was announced with no end date. 1 month went by, and there was still no communication about the end date of the maintenance. Then a progress report was made, explaining that the time required to resolve all the issues would be much longer than anticipated. A final update was made pushing the end of maintenance to winter. At this point, the majority of the player base had quit, leaving only a few. By December, 9 months after the start of maintenance, most people assumed the game would never come back. But at the 2019 Jump Festa, Bandai would make a major announcement.